I just need to make a phone call. Even my own narration calls me thief. Yes, it's on Koholint Island. No, that's not on a map. It's a dream. Hello? Hello? Okay, so I walked out and the bow was mistakenly in my inventory. Yes, he punished me by killing me. Hello? Are you still there? Listen, I'm a hero. This is serious. I can't have people calling me a thief. Yes, I'm still alive. It's called quantum immortality. Hello? Hello? Are you still there? Hylia, please find a good lawyer for me. Hello everybody, Captain Thief. To clear my name, we have to do it in the Court of Law. Now, if you don't know about this, it's a mod of Ocarina of Time to be more like, well, not more like, but almost exactly like Phoenix Wright. And the crazy thing is, it actually connects to your Game Boy game and can see there's a main case going on here. I haven't done it yet. You know, sometime if you want, I'll do it. But you know, for now, we're just gonna clear my name. All right, we're just trying. We don't want anyone to think I'm a thief. Come on, who would call me that? Yeah, it actually connects to your name, and I've heard that it can actually or it connects to your save file through the N64 extension pack. And, hang on. Can I make this a little larger for myself? That'd be cool, actually. Full screen's too much, though. I'm sorry. I can, but it's not one of those simple flips. Yeah, I'll just leave it small. Anyway, yeah, so it connects to your save file and can actually clear your name. So, yeah, this case contains spoilers for Link's Awakening. Progress through this story will overwrite your current progress through the main story of Hero of Law. That's okay. I have 0 progress in that. That is just fine. No worries at all. This case works best if Link is a thief in your current in your Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening save file. And normally, yeah, it's in there. If it doesn't detect it, it'll say, oh, didn't find it. I'll just use defaults anyway. So it actually does see it. It does see that I am falsely being accused of thievery. June 6th, Hyrule Grand Court, courtroom number 7. It's a courtroom. It's going to be very Phoenix Wrighty. Don't worry. Phew, I made it in time, I guess. Still, no clue why on earth they called me in at this ungodly hour. You? Yes, me. I don't like being woken up at 2 a.m. either, believe me. So, you know, Link is Phoenix Wright, then the bad lawyer is Ganondorf, and if you don't know, canonically his last name is Dragmire, Nintendo said so. My uncle works at Nintendo, etc. I really hope that old fool has a good explanation for this. Old fool? You mean the judge? Oh, I see you're both already here. Splendid. I hope this wasn't too much of an inconvenience for you. That remains to be seen. What could possibly be so important about this burglary case as to warrant this kind of urgency? Case? We're doing a trial? At 2 a.m.? Oh, you mean you haven't been told, defense? Oh dear, my apologies. I suppose I did order the soldiers not to tell anyone about what happened. Oh yeah, and of course that's Rauru slash I can't remember the owl's name, but yeah, you know the owl. They must have interpreted that bit a bit too literally. But that's fine. Secrecy is paramount here. Yes, having an entire entourage of Hylian soldiers arriving at the Gerudo's fortress in the middle of the night was the pinnacle of stealth. No one knows. It's a secret to everybody. Hold it. Wait a moment. I can't just defend someone off the cuff like this. That'd be incredibly unfair to the defendant. Oh, doubting your skills? As much as I'd like to agree with you, defense, we have no choice in the matter. This trial must happen this very moment. Well, get on with it then, old man. What is this about? Right, yes, of course. Let me start from the beginning. A few hours ago, I was finishing my daily ablutions when a great light appeared within my chambers. Ablutions is when you spray water in your face or something like that. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. The night literally became day before my very eyes. And that wasn't all. People started to come out of the light. I was shaken with fear. One of those people claimed to be the goddess herself, Hylia. What? I know, believe me, I was as flabbergasted as you are. The goddess proceeded to explain that in another world, one of her chosen heroes had been severely punished for committing some terrible deed. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. Our own world... There's the light sigil, or, the medallion of light. Our own world was chosen as the best candidate to make this judgment. Okay. Okay. This is a joke, right? There's no way any of that is true. That is insane! Yes, it seems the judge has completely lost his marbles. Clearly his age has finally caught up to him. I will be filling appropriate notices as soon as I can. At the very least, we can both get back to sleep quickly. That is true. Ho ho, I believe I know of just the way to convince you two. Soldiers, please call on the defendant. The defendant? What the? It's me. But not as lawyerly. Defense! That's gotta be so much work put into the animations, and it's really well done. What's happened? We don't have time to watch you pass out. Get yourself together. Oh, right. That's what happened. Well, defense, are you convinced now? I guess I can't deny it, can I? That's definitely me. Younger, wilder perhaps, but sure enough, I guess so. Excellent. In that case, let us formally begin. This court is now in session for the trial of... Wow, it does read everything from the file. That's really cool. Thief of Koholint Island. Objection! Your Honor, you can't just declare him the thief from the get-go. No, of course not. I have his name written down right here. It seems I am just unable to say it. Fascinating. A curse of sorts? I assume this is the punishment we're to decide is just or not. Just? Just? How could this be just? To be forever called a thief by everyone? Even I can't say my own name anymore. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it seems right to me. After all, everyone is just speaking the truth, are they not? Objection. Okay, I'll stop reading the objection part. He's reading it just fine himself with the... Yeah! Defense demands the prosecution abstain from claiming unproven statements. I firmly believe my client innocent, of course. Oh, well, about that. I might have actually done it. Oh. Yes, Her Greatness did specify the defendant's guilt was non-negotiable. We are only here to determine whether the punishment he faced for it was reasonable. Now then, prosecution, please give your opening statement. What? I don't know anything about this case, old man. You only just called us in here, remember? You're the one with all the details, so go on. Get to it. Exclamation mark. Well, I suppose Actually, why don't we just let the victim describe what happened? He should have the most accurate knowledge of the event. This must be some kind of nightmare. Every good lawyer knows you should never defend yourself. Does this count? I do like that I could actually see that my... Oh, it's him. Alright, who are you then? I do like how I could see that my original name started with a C, Cappy. Ah, yeah, myself. I own the tool shop back in Koholint, I do. The greatest shop in town it is, I tell you. Okay, very based on the carpenter leader guy. It's the only shop in town. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not so close. No touching. We don't know what could happen. The world could implode. I don't think the guys would allow this whole thing if that were a real possibility. Swat if it's the only shop. There's no better in this world, or the next. Never seen anyone complaining. Yes, whatever. Now tell us what happened. How did you let yourself get swindled so easily? I'll say it all. Just you watch me. Witness testimony. The Great Heist. 'Twas just a normal day. I was tending to me cash register. Then suddenly this kid barges in. A green blur, I tells you. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind meself. So I turn around. But he ain't there anymore. So I turn back to the entrance. Ay caramba, he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, I tells you. I can't afford me wares going for free, you know? They're already cheap as possible, why I oughta... Well, I suppose he did already pay the ultimate price. Why, what a descriptive testimony. I feel as if I were there. You all were there, chat. Commoners, whatever. Hold on, there's just one thing I'm confused about. Who was it that set this curse, or whatever it is, on my clients? 'Twas me, of course. What kind of shopkeep would I be without some magic? I know how it looks, but the guy can literally shoot deadly energy beams. I would not underestimate him. Why isn't he saving Koholint Island? Right, of course. Without further ado, please proceed with the cross-examination defense. Okay, so he's just going to say the same things, but I get to dig for details. It was just a normal day. I was tending to me cash register. Nothing weird there, so I'm not going to object to that. Then suddenly kid bursts in. A green blur, I tells you. Did I really burst in? I walked in. A blur? Are you sure this is definitely my client? I swear me mum. Couldn't be anyone else. It's a small town, you know. I know everyone there. No one else wears weird green dresses. Hey, this is my finest tunic. Objection. I fail to see how this matters in any case. Have you forgotten that your doppelganger's guilt has already been established, defense? Forgotten? No, but I wish I could. Okay. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind meself. So I turn around. But he ain't there anymore. So I turn back to the entrance. Ay caramba, he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, it tells you. Well, what happens if I object to this one? Your establishment doesn't exactly have the tightest security, does it? Bah! Never need any. Everyone in town trusts everyone else. Everyone was shocked when I told them, I tell you, shocked! Okay. Let's see. I can't afford me wares going for free, you know. They're already cheap as possible. Oh, really? A $200 shovel? I do have to ask, why did you need to steal from the store exactly? Ah, well, you see. I really needed one of the things in there. Yes, that's what paying is for. I was shipwrecked. I wasn't exactly swimming in rupees. Defense, do you have any actual question for the witness? Then let us move on. Continue, shopkeeper. Okay, it wants me to object on this one, what ultimate price means, but let's check the other ones. So I turned back to the entrance. Let's just badger him a bit. Let me guess, he wasn't there either. As I live, the slimy rope. Rope. I mean, they put in enough effort to write these things. Maybe we should read them, huh? Actually, that reminds me. I noticed that the wall behind me was starting to get moldy. This stray thought distracted me for just a split second, you see. Is this all a joke? Some kind of skit? Yes, Link. Yes, it is. I don't know why my microphone is like moving on its own. It's weird. Okay. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind himself. What did he grab? Was it the shovel? Does it know this stuff? What is that that was stolen anyway? Why does that matter? He stole something, and that's that. No need to be getting into the nitty-gritty. As it happens, Defense, the goddess herself forbade us from talking about this. She called it a, technical limitation, whatever that means. What? But that's the most important question here. If it was something cheap, surely we can agree this punishment is too severe. It is what it is. I must ask you to drop this line of questioning. This is ridiculous. Oi, don't look so glum, chum. There you go. This is a flyer with all me wares. That should give you an idea of what it might have been. Sigh. Well, it's something at least. The court accepts this flyer into evidence. Yay! Now then, witness, please continue. See, it was worth badgering on every little thing. There will be parts where you can lose lawyer HP for some reason. Let's try this one. I was sending the cash register. Where are you now? Do you get many customers at your store on regular days like this, witness? Nay, can't say I do. It's a small town, you know. Besides, I think lately the people have been spending their money at the blasted trendy game. Oh, that four-eyed scoundrel running such an eyesore. Trendy game? It's a crane game that's also in town. 10 rupees per game. It's pretty easy to win. Huh. There's something wrong if people prefer to literally gamble on a crane game than buy from this guy. Please continue, witness. Okay. I do feel it was more organic to kind of do these one at a time in a different order than just what he said. You turned around. Patrons can just freely go behind the counter like that? Nay, of course not. I don't have a counter. What? Customers have to hold their items while I ring them up. But wouldn't the register have been on a counter or something similar? Well, yeah, I suppose, but it's only big enough for me to register. Not for any products, too. That's what I meant. I see. You got a problem? Who are you to criticize me interior decor? Best to have as little fluff as possible. Keeps the customer's eyes on the wares, you see. Well, I can't deny there's some logic to that. Okay, let's go ahead and press him on the ultimate price. What does that mean? Oh, that's right. This guy literally killed me when I went back in the store. What? You know, if you're going to make up a lie, at least make it believable. It's not a lie. It's true. How are you here then? I don't know. It just got undone somehow. One moment I'm getting fried and then poof. I'm back at the doorstep and that guy is just smiling at me, creepily. Surely death is enough of a punishment for theft. This all sounds very hard to believe, defendant. Well, what did the witness mean by the ultimate price then? Oh, why, I just meant the curse I said on it, didn't I? Yes, that was it. Perfectly sensible. Okay, I'm starting to get goosebumps, but surely that is all there is to it. Well, that's quite the testimony. If you say so. You're the lawyer here, whatever that means. What? Wait, are you saying there are no lawyers in your world at all? Quick tidbit, but in America, a lawyer means the guy in the courtroom who, like, defends the defendant and talks to the judge and stuff. In the UK, I think a lawyer is really more like a legal assistant and not as high up on the chain. In Britain, I think you would, or UK, Britain, whatever, you'd call what we call lawyers, you'd call them solicitors, I think. So, if that helps. I don't know where my videos go. Some guy in Brazil's watching, and I have to keep all my bases covered. Wait, are you saying there are no lawyers in the world at all? I don't think there are. How weird. I can't imagine how that would even work. Anyway, best to stay on track. I don't have much to work with here, so I should keep pressing for more details. I already pressed for all the details, actually. Every single thing was pressed. Okay, so I can just go forward one more time to end it. Wait, are you saying there are no lawyers? Okay, so I haven't played the main quest on this. So I don't know the controls exactly. Keep pressing for more details. I think I probably have to do something with the court record. So, let's go ahead and look at the wares list. Oh wow, the bow, 980 rupees, a shovel, 200 rupees, a shield, 20. Yeah, this is all accurate. Well, we just close that. And let's, you can actually look at their thing. Oh hey, it's me. My kleptomaniac self from another world. No one knows anyone's age except for Ganondorf. And, you know, at age 59, he's doing pretty well. Switch back to evidence, just the attorney's badge. Let's see. How do I object to this? Maybe while it's up? That's not it. Can I object to myself? No. Well, I can view it. Do I object a second time to the ultimate price? Because, I mean, he did just kind of went suspicious about that. It's probably going to say the same thing again. Lily killed me. Back in the store. I didn't think it'd be funny the second time, but it was. Everyone's really good about reenacting exactly what they said earlier. There's no way for me to skip through this either. Ho ho, why, I just meant the curse I said on them. Yep. That was it. Okay, so... I can hit start? What does start do? I can go through... Okay, that's really cool. But it's just going to go through this again, so... Let's... How weird. I can't imagine how that would even work. I should keep pressing for more details. I already pressed for details. Maybe it's an order thing. What happens here? Can I introduce the thing into evidence? What is it that was stolen? It's going to be, you can't talk about this because of technical limitation. They didn't record on the game file what exactly was stolen. Yeah. What? But that's the most important question here. Okay. Was there anything I missed? Surely not. Well, now that we've gotten the ultimate price thing out of him. Let's do this one. Why did you need to steal from the store exactly? I really need one of the things in there. That's what paying is for. Yes. Why do you charge 980 rupees for a bow? Oh, wait. Hang on, maybe I think I might got this. So we do this, and then while he's talking, I can hit the court record and hit this? No. Okay. I thought that's what would work, but it did not. Okay. Sorry for a little bit of slowdown. Windows changed the background on my PC while that was going on. Halt! Okay, so we're pressing for details, huh? Okay, it's the next day. I couldn't figure it out, and I had to, it turns out that they tell you how to do this in the regular, quest, I guess if you want to call it that. But yeah, you can look at it all you want, but if you want to actually, you know, submit the evidence on this particular thing, I can't afford me wares going for free, you know. They're already cheap as possible, why I oughta. So that's where we can, you know, contest it. So you press up, C arrow. What? C button up? What do you even call that? Finally! Cheap, you say. That's not quite true now, is it? Whatever do you mean, defense? Your Honor, if you'd look at the flyer the witness has so graciously provided us with, do any of the items in there seem like a bargain to you? Well, let's see. Goodness gracious! 980 rupees for a simple boat. That's what I'm saying. Why, that's more than I make in a month, I think, he said. Now, just wait a bloomin' second. All the villagers be happy with me shop. No one's ever complained, you know. Is that so? Witness, tell me, how many customers do you get each day? That's not important. It's all because of that blasted trendy game. Not my fault folks prefer to play with that stupid crane. I will agree that the prices are a bit inflated. So what? What do you mean, so what? My other self needed to survive somehow, and the prices were entirely unreasonable. I was shipwrecked. It would have taken me months to get that kind of money. Yes. Given a survival scenario, I suppose this explains the defendant's motive at the very least. Indeed, he didn't just steal out of malice, or with profit in mind. That's right. It was a life or death situation. Life or death, you say? Tell me, which one of the items listed in that flyer was necessary for survival? Precisely. Well, for instance... Exactly. Maybe the recovery hearts? 10 rupees is way too much for those. Oh, I agree. That's a terrible deal, given that you can get them by just cutting some grass. Yeah. Oh. Yes, everything this store carried that one might need for survival could have been easily obtained elsewhere. The defendant had no pressing need to steal anything. Oh shit. Ship of Harkinian. The prosecution makes a valid point. There's no food or water listed among the wares after all. Objection! Oh, okay, it was me this time. Well, you know, the other me. I wasn't just trying to survive, I was trying to leave the island. Leave the island? Bah! And how would you do that using this set of items, pray tell? Were you planning to paddle off the island with a shovel? No, not directly like that. The island can't be escaped by normal means. I needed them to wake the fish. I like how it's true, but it's just so out there that, yeah. What? The heck is a windfish? I'm not sure. Yeah, I actually am not sure. Right. So you knew it needed to be awakened because... Because an owl told me. Are you trying not to make sense at this point? Hoot hoo! Perhaps I can shed some light on this particular matter. By Jove, is that a talking owl? This is not out of place for a Phoenix Wright game, by the way, so, you know, we're actually keeping up on that. Ooh, it felt like it was needed, and so I came. Hoot hoot hoot! You would be wise not to scoff at your counterpart is telling you. So you mean... Hoo hoo hoo! Yes, of course! Everything the brave young lad has said is true. He is on a special quest, and Koholint's no regular island at all. If you'll allow me, I can explain everything. Hoot hoo! Oh, thank the goddesses. Finally, someone will actually explain something. What utter nonsense! I object to the presence of this animal in my courtroom. No way am I going to listen to testimony from an owl. Oh, so you've accepted everything else happening here, but not this? The defense demands the right to cross-examine the bird. Out of all the boneheaded Order! Order! Allow me to share my opinion on this matter. I don't know, I did the owl voice and I can't do the old man voice anymore. Given the situation at hand, I see nothing wrong with allowing a bird to testify, unusual as it may be. Mr. Owl, please tell us, we all need to know about the nature of Koholint Island. Hoot! Koholint's very existence, its very essence, hoot! It is tied to the windfish's slumber. As long as the windfish sleeps, the island cannot be escaped, like a terrible nightmare. The young sword-bearer must, thus, search for the 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will wake the Great One. And he's already gotten 3! Didn't you see that last episode where he got the 3rd one? That was pretty cool! Woot! With the instruments all united, the Windfish's slumber shall come to an end, and so shall Koholint. That didn't explain anything either. Ha! Just like I said, listening to this bird was a waste of time. Woot! Perhaps that was not as clear as I'd hoped. Do forgive me. Over-mystifying is a bit of an occupational hazard for our kind. What occupation? Professional owl? Please, if you have questions, I will happily answer. Hoot! Who? Well, the witness seems to be all but begging to be cross-examined. Defense, please go right ahead. Okay. Hoot! Let's see. Hold it. Well... Let's start with the Dodongo in the room. What in the heck is a windfish? Dodongo? No, young counselor. You must be confused. Hoot! The windfish, the Leviathan, is a huge whale. As far as Koholint is concerned, it has always been, and as long as Koholint is, it will always be. Right, a deity whale. I'd bring up the fact that whales are not fish, but at this point I don't think it really matters. As long as the windfish sleeps, the island cannot be escaped like a terrible nightmare. What would happen if you did try? Why couldn't you just build a raft and try to sail away? Hoot. Truthfully, I do not know. Perhaps, no matter how long you sailed, the island would just never fade from view. The sea would never end, like an infant staircase, until you turned around and found yourself back where you started in no time. Mario 64 reference, maybe. Or perhaps you would just die. Yikes, that's a possibility? I admit I thought about trying that a few times. Woot! There's but one way to escape. Let's see. Instruments of the Sirens. Let's object on the 4th one on the last bit here. Well, how does one obtain these elusive instruments exactly? Woot! That is no simple task, to be sure. The instruments of the Sirens sleep deep within temples scattered across the island. Fraught with monsters, traps, and other dangers. At the end of each, a formidable, foul foe guarding a peace. Yes, Woot! To obtain all the instruments of yore is to slay all those who corrupt the island from within. Slaying foes? This sounds like some kind of mass murder spree. It appears... Yes, it appears that our worlds may differ from each other, more significantly than I thought. Yeah, there's a cat at the door. Go have fun. Okay. I cannot feel him here. How strange. What in Din's name are you battling about now, you feathered menace? There he is. Woot! In our land, since the very beginning of time, an evil influence has permeated all. The King of Evil. The Demon Lord, Ganon. From the very dirt of the earth to even the first thoughts of an infant. If you dig deep enough, if you look closely enough, you will find his malice and hatred. The King of Evil? Ganon? So he knows too. Could it just be a coincidence? Naturally, when I speak of vanquishing foes, I speak of his creations. Deeply rooted in the most primordial evil, these foul beasts' only goals are for their own survival and for the misery of others. Hoot! No being that has been touched by Hylia's grace would object to their destruction. It is as innate to our nature as breathing. And yet, there is a world without him. Is your world lucky to have been spared, or has ours been particularly unlucky? That I do not know. Perhaps this is even the very reason her grace has chosen this world to send us to. Do you have any idea what this is about? I think I do, actually. Really? I don't think it really matters for what we're talking about, though. Right. Could we get back to the matter of hand, then? Why, hoot, of course! I was just musing aloud. Okay, so a little bit of, flavor text, we'll say. And so shall Koholint. Right, and I don't suppose making noise any other way would suffice? You know, just screaming into his ear or something? Of course not, my dear counselor. The windfish's sleep is not natural. A magical slumber like that can only be broken via magical means. Right, but what did you mean by that last part? Will something happen to Koholint when the windfish wakes? Koholint Island is a magical place born of the windfish's slumber. Once the Leviathan awakens, the magic keeping Koholint in place will dissipate. You mean? Hoot, of course. When the windfish wakes, Koholint will disappear, and nary a sight shall remain. What? Did you know about this? Well, truth be told, I suspected. Ah, clever lad, Hoot. Yes, surely you have noticed. The only shop in town selling nothing but tools and equipment, shopkeepers with magical powers, villages of talking animals. I haven't gotten there yet. Koholint as a whole is unnatural. It is a place made of dreams and nightmares. Villages of talking animals. I must have missed that part. Yeah, me too. But what about the inhabitants then? Where will they go when the island disappears? Where indeed? That includes a shopkeeper. After all we've heard here, I think one thing has been made clear. My client has truly found himself in a life or death situation. This testimony fully corroborates that. On top of that, to escape the island, he had to go on a life-threatening quest. More cats. Well, more cat, rather. Okay. In order to survive this ordeal, he needed to be as well equipped as possible. And the only way to get the needed equipment was from the store, which was charging exorbitant prices. That's right. These are all clear mitigating factors. And with that in mind, the defense asserts his punishment is far too severe. Indeed. This does paint the defendant in a more positive light. It appears the theft might have been necessary, given his situation. Yes, that was easier than I thought, and it's still early enough to go back to sleep. That owl always used to annoy me a little, but it's really come to my rescue this time, hasn't it? Hoot! I am only here to help, lad. I feel there is no need to further prolong this trial. I'm sorry, only one character can get the owl voice, and for a while it was the judge. While this court does not condone the defendant's act in and of itself, I do now believe that he has been punished too harshly for it. And so, this court finds the defendant... Of course. Old man, surely you don't mean to tell me that you've woken me in the dead of night just to make a farce out of this trial? A farce? But, Mr. Dragmire, the defense has just presented a rather compelling argument. Compelling? Don't make me laugh. Yes, he had a reason to do what he did. All criminals have reasons. That's no justification. It wasn't just any reason. Survival was at stake here. Was it, though? You! Bird brain! Hoot? Yes, what is it? You've said the defendant was to go visit a bunch of dusty old temples in search of these instruments. Tell me, were those instruments the only thing in there? Hoot? No, I suppose they were not. Hoot. With structures as old as those, you're bound to find things left by previous inhabitants. Why, hoot, yes. I'm sure there would be a lot of treasure left in there, too. Oh, no. Treasure! Money! All of that was within the brat's grasp. He could have easily gotten the funds to properly purchase the item he stole with only a little legwork. Wait a moment, it wouldn't be that easy. Those places were full of monsters and traps. Without any equipment, it would be too dangerous to go alone. Oh, how quickly you've forgotten defense. Try to recall this flying menace's words from just a few moments ago. The young swordbearer must thus search for the 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will awake the Great One. Ah. Our little kleptomaniac had a perfectly good sword with him. He wasn't barehanded at all. No, all he was looking for was some kind of easy shortcut out of his predicament. I'm feeling judged. Or maybe the little snake just wanted to keep all the treasure for himself. How dare you? I'm not some greedy treasure hoarder. Humph. Either way, the defendant might have had a reason for his theft. But I'd say that reason was likely nothing but selfishness. What? What? I'm going now. No. He wanted to keep the treasure. Now, barrister, that's not even remotely possible. All of the treasure, as part of Koholint, would naturally disappear with it. Bah! That doesn't mean anything. The twerp might not have known that. Oh, come on! Just admit you're wrong. Now this is quite the pickle indeed. The prosecution has brought up some good points, but so has the defense. Furthermore, we seem to be out of testimony to discuss at this point. This will be a hard decision to make. Actually, that reminds me. There was something you kept bringing up in your testimony, Mr. Witness. What? Yes, what is it? You often mention that Koholint is like a dream, or a nightmare. How literal is that? What are you going on about now? Of course it's not actually... Oh no, it very much is. What? Hoot! I thought that point was clear. My apologies. Koholint only exists within a dream. We are in a dream right now, too, in fact. Oh my, this whole trial isn't real? I should have known. This whole thing was just way too fantastical. Well then, now that we've made that clear, I'm just going to go and wake up, if you don't mind. Why, that might be the wisest thing you've proposed so far, defense. But of course, it's not going to be you waking up. I'm the only real person here. I haven't the slightest idea how my mind conjured up this nonsense. Shouldn't have had that noble pursuit before bed. Oh. I think that's a reference to Breath of the Wild, maybe. Oh ho! I suppose it wouldn't be the first time I've dreamt of the courtroom. I've never been quite this vivid. It's never been quite this vivid, but I guess this old man still has quite the active imagination. Meanwhile, my imagination's being a bit overactive right now, I guess. And I haven't even had any noble pursuits. Please wait. Huh? You can't just wake up. What about me? What about you? You're clearly just an invention of my mind, brats. But hey, you want a resolution? No problem. Judge, declare a guilty verdict right now. Prosecutor Dregmer, I refuse to hand down a faulty verdict, even in my dreams. No, this won't do. I will just have to wake up now. Here goes. Strange. I don't seem to be able to... Hoot! If I may interject, I've said that this is a dream, yes, but why would that mean that nothing here is real? Oh, be quiet, you pile of feathers. I banish you from my dream. Be gone. No. What? What is this? Am I stuck in this nightmare? Well, naturally, only one person here can actually control the dream. Everyone else is just along for the ride, so to speak. So everyone else is dreaming. Are you saying everyone here is actually real, just sharing the same dream? Why, Hoot, of course! Her Grace chose one person to be the host, and then thrust the others into it. Preposterous! If this is all in the Green Brat's dream, why doesn't he just remove his curse on his own? Preposterous? Not at all, my angry Gerudo friend. I never said he'd be the one in charge. He came out of the dream world of Koholint, after all. Well, how did he wind up in someone else's dream, then, you blasted buzzard? Hoot! Having battled with Ganon before, he is of particular interest to the Demon Lord. The Evil One saw an opportunity and forcibly shoved him into the dream of the Windfish. A dreamscape he has been steadily perverting with his evil for many years. He infested it with his own creations, twisted it into a dangerous place, and imprisoned its creator within. As a result, this is also why our green-clad friend cannot wake up normally. But this world is free of Ganon. Whoever the host of this dream is could indeed just wake. Although I cannot imagine the goddess Helia would be very thrilled with that conclusion, having made all that effort to bring her chosen hero here. How do you know all this? It's an owl thing. Hoot, why, isn't it obvious? I myself am part of the Windfish's spirit. I could not just stand idly by when Hylia's own champion was dealt such a bad hand. And so, I've tried to lead you to the 8 instruments, and I reached out to Hylia for help with this predicament. This is... I can hardly believe it. Well, who is it then? Who is the one controlling the stream? Hoot. That I do not know. That is something you'll have to find out for yourself. Whoever it is will have the final word in this trial. Well, it's not the judge. It's not Ganon. So that's it then. It all hinges on this point. Who is this dream's Windfish? I must consider all the facts. Who is the one that Her Grace Hylia chose to control this dream? Could it be one of these people? Neither of them. I just said so. Both Tragmar and the judge have already conclusively proven that they're not the host of this dream. Who does that leave? Maybe one of them, the owl, the shopkeeper. Not them either, because they're part of the Windfish's dream. It can't be either the owl or the shopkeeper. They'd each have ended the trial in their favor by now if they were in control. And I already know that the thief isn't the one in control, so who does that leave? I'm in control. It's me. I am the host. I'll just say it's me. There are some speedruns of Ocarina of Time I'm sure there are faster than this, but you know, it's been worth it. I am this dream's Windfish. That's it. There's no doubt about it. I'm sorry, but I really want to do this. Well, what are you looking so smug about? Isn't it obvious? I've just realized who must be the one controlling this dream. No, it can't be. I see you've realized it now too. Oh my, you mean you're the one? Yeah, you'd think it'd be the judge, to be honest. Well, let's give it a try now, shall we? What are you? What? Hello, everyone. Aw, yeah. Now this dream's getting good. Marin? Defense! What did you do to Prosecutor Dragmire? Nothing bad, of course. I just ejected him out of here. He's probably waking him rather abruptly right about now. I decided it'd be nicer to have someone more pleasant to deal with on the opposing side. The prosecution has nothing more to add. The defendant's totally innocent. I won't stand for this. You can't just give yourself an easier opponent? That's a shame. But wait, who will give the verdict now? I know of one good candidate. Huh? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Will the defendant please step up to the stand? Is this really okay? I thought the guys wanted a fair trial. Actually, she requested no such thing. What? The way the judge put it, the only stipulation was that someone else decide your fate. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. At no point did she specify how the decision should be made or how many people should be making it. That still feels like cheating. Well, there's one easy way to find out if it's allowed or not. This court finds the defendant. Wait, I'm not having this. My product was stolen, you know. What kind of injustice is... Don't interrupt me. Now then, once again, the court finds the defendant not guilty. And you can be changed back to Cappy. Remove the thief moniker from the save file in your game. Yes. This is how you do it. So let's see. Your name is Cappy. Yeah. Cappy. Interesting. Normally it's supposed to be Link, so the fact that both of your names are Link, he'd find it interesting. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Cappy. In any case, I believe you should be getting back to your own world now. And no more stealing, you hear? Fine. Of course not. Never again. Glad to hear that. Best of luck on your quest, and with that, court is adjourned. Oh, this was ridiculous. June. The month of stealing. No offense to June birthdays. Link Legal Agency, Kakariko Village. What? Where? The office. That's right, I stayed to catch up on work. I guess I must have fallen asleep reading legal case files. Man, what a crazy dream, though. What was it about again? I was in court, and then... No, don't forget it. Aw, darn, it's gone already. Can't remember a single thing. Oh, well. Been there. Done that. The end. Well, that was That was really good. And I do also really like the fact that it got rid of Thief out of my save file. Now, you can actually port this onto a 64 cartridge and get it to work, from what I've heard. We will not be doing that again. It's already not Thief. There's a whole case in this that's, part of the base game. I wouldn't mind doing it at some point, but probably not just right now. I just want this to kind of bookend the, well, not even bookend, but unbookend the Link's Awakening thing. Also, if you're wondering why I posted this at the same day that I did the episode 3 of Link's Awakening, it was just so that you wouldn't have to wait a whole day to see where this is going. So yeah, there's 2 episodes today. Sorry about that if that throws things off, but I think it was the right decision. Yeah, really fun game. Yeah, you could get, like I was saying, get this working on a real N64 cartridge and then make it work in a 64. And if you happen to have a transfer pack and you can plug it into a 64 controller, you could do this whole thing that I did as it was. You know what? 1 second. Oh, that kills the music. That's unfortunate. Well, that's alright. Come along with me. I'm taking you on a ride. So here is the I unfortunately, like, when I was using BizHawk, and that uses SRM, and this game only sees .savs, or this. So I need to switch it back. I might need to do some editing of this, because I don't know how much I want you to see of my own laptop, so give me a sec. Where did I put that? Oh, it's on my desktop, not in my documents, duh. Yeah, just go ahead and put like a giant colored square on this eddy, please. Okay, and then, okay, we're safe now, I think. It was under Game Boy? Yeah, and under Save RAM. That's right. And here's the .sav, the one that just got updated. I should probably close this. Goodbye. Just to be on the safe side. And we'll go ahead and open that. And we will convert that. And let's see here. Where did I put it? Desktop. BizHawk. Game Boy. Save RAM. I think that's it. Okay. Now, let's see here. Give me a sec. Go ahead and, like, edit this some more, Eddie, if you don't mind. Why are you talking to yourself? I don't know. It's fun. It's a little habit I picked up from doing Let's Playing long enough. Okay, I just want to make sure that things are good. Okay, so here's the save RAM. SRM. Okay. Do I have this right, though? I won't be happy until I see it actually work in the game itself. So let's see. Can I just... I'm looking at the date last modified. This makes sense. This makes sense. This makes sense, but this is a save RAM and this is a SRM. Let's see here. Rename this save RAM. And let's remove the thief. Sure. Oh, hang on. There's a space. Right, and then that's... Okay, hang on. Let me make, like, a second file just to kind of keep things in touch. Let's see here. Extra Link's Awakening folder for saves. just in case. Okay, so we'll take the one that I know is good, this one, and we will copy, paste. Okay. And now I guess I can safely delete it. There's a cat at the door. You coming in? Okay. Rename. Save RAM. Okay. Okay. Now then, are you still with me? Let's go ahead and change this to, no, not that, BizHawk. And now let's boot up BizHawk. I'm being really petty right now. I can literally just boot up the game and play through this whole thing all over again. But would that be alright? No. No, we had to clear our names in court. And we had to clear my name in court. Okay, are you up, OBS? Okay. Okay, it's synced now. Alright, that's good, that's good. Did it fix it? Hush, I'm busy. I'm back from court. Am I... Okay, I don't know what that message was about. Ignore it. Ignore it. The only thing that matters... Are we Cappy? Or are we Thief? Time to find out. I just love to sing. What can I say? What do you like to do? Cappy! I'm innocent. Enough. I mean, I did it. But the punishment is over. There was a second way to do this, by the way, but it actually would have taken longer. Your stealing in the game is stored as a byte file or something. That means that there's only 256 values. And the way it remembers you being guilty is if it's 1 or higher. But it's a byte, so it can overflow. You know, someone else go ahead and correct me in the comments, please. But what this means is that if you steal from him 255 times, it will roll back to 0 and you'll be innocent once again. And that's kind of why Hero of Law was able to grant my innocence. It only had to change one little byte value back down to 0. I am Cappy once again. Nobody call me thief. Actually, plenty of people do, but this time it's on my terms. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been Captain Thief playing Hero of Law, clearing my name. I will continue Link's Awakening very soon. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time on Koholint. Goodbye.